I cannot believe that right now the children of a murdered lawmaker are asking the president of the United States to take down a post that spreads a conspiracy theory about their mother's death. Who does that? I mean, look, if that doesn't like stop you cold, then I mean, nothing will. When people in power push conspiracy theories about real murders, real Americans, real elected lawmakers, human beings, those stories don't just stay online. They move into the real world. And you know what? Someone always takes them seriously. That's how people get hurt. And that's why this story about Melissa Hortman matters. I mean, she was a Minnesota state lawmaker, and last June, she and her husband were shot and killed inside of their home. Police say from the start that this was politically motivated. That same day, another lawmaker, John Hoffman, and his wife were also shot and very badly wounded. I think it was a man named Vance Boilter. Yeah, Vance Boilter was arrested after a massive manhunt, the largest apparently in Minnesota state history. He has been charged in a federal court. He has pled not guilty. There is zero evidence that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz had anything to do with these murders. Okay, none, zero, zip, nada, nothing, nothing. But over the weekend, the president shared a video that suggests exactly that.
Do you guys remember Melissa Hortman, the Minnesota state rep that had her life taken from her by Tim Walz's aide after voting to take away health care from illegal immigrants?
She was unalived in her home by Vance Boilter, who was later caught after a manhunt. He then sent a letter to the FBI and Kash Patel saying that it was Tim Walz who forced him to do it. Both Vance Boilter and his wife worked for Tim Walz for years in different states. Was Melissa Hortman unalived because she voted against a multi-billion-dollar money laundering fraud? The fraud that she voted against that heavily implicated illegal aliens, specifically Somalians, who have been racketing this kind of child care, health care rackets and cooperating with our corrupt government. And today it's breaking news that the money laundering scam in Minnesota of billions of dollars for health care offices, child daycares, Medicaid, and various forms of care agencies. These money laundering frauds have been exposed, and it all comes back to Tim Walz.
I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
Very shortly after this, she was unalived in her home by Vance Boilter. Vance Boilter and his wife worked for Tim Walz for years in different states.
There's no proof, there's no facts, just implications, suspicion. And this is where danger starts. Because when you take a real crime and mix it with false claims, people stop knowing what's real. Which, by the way, we all know Trump's very good at doing that. You have to know what's real and what's made up. If you take something serious and pour lies into it, the whole thing basically becomes toxic. Governor Walz called the post dangerous and warned it could get people killed. But honestly, the most important voice here are not politicians, okay? They are the kids. Melissa Hortman's son asked the president to take the video down and apologize for using his mother's words in a way that, hurts their family. Her daughter said that the video twisted her mom's final vote and made grieving even harder than it already was. Let's just think about that for a second, okay? Losing both of your parents and then watching their deaths be used online to push a story that isn't even true. Come on, the Hoffman family, the Hoffman family stood with them. They, said that these kinds of claims are the same lies that led to violence in the first place. And they're right. This is not about free speech, okay? No one is saying you can't criticize leaders. I am all for that. I think people here already know that. This is about responsibility. When powerful people share conspiracies, some people don't, hear theory. They hear permission, or even guidance. And history shows us it's never the people at the top who pay the price first. It's the same with, like, in my opinion, kind of like with wars. I mean, it's families, it's neighbors, it's people who had nothing to do with any of it in the first place. Minnesota has had real fraud cases. The Justice Department has been investigating them for years. That is real. Okay, that deserves serious reporting, serious investigations. But tying those issues to unproven murder conspiracy is not accountability. It's reckless. It's irresponsible. It's stupid. It's childish. And when the children of a murder victim have to step forward and ask for the lies to stop, I cannot put into words what that even is or what it isn't. It's just absolutely terrible. No child or anybody should have to go to the government and tell them to stop smearing their family's name or their mother's name or their father's name. I mean, look, once grief becomes a political weapon, there's no line left at that point. I mean, that's it. And that is why this story matters. Not just what was posted, but, what it can lead to. Especially if something like this continuously keeps happening. Thank you for watching. I am Jared Zisser, and this is Ring of Fire. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you are informed about everything important in progressive politics today. And if you are looking for fact-based independent reporting all day, every day, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook. See you in the next video.